Starbucks roasts over 400 million pounds of coffee annually, a staggering amount that raises the question, how do they maintain quality at such a massive scale? In this video, we'll unveil the incredible process behind Starbucks coffee production. You'll witness cutting-edge technology and time-honored traditions creating the coffee millions enjoy every day. Get ready to step into a world where precision meets passion behind every Starbucks cup. From bean selection to roasting techniques, we'll explore the secrets that make Starbucks a global coffee powerhouse. Picture a lush mountainside thousands of miles away, where the air is crisp and the altitude is perfect for growing the finest coffee cherries. This is where your favorite Starbucks latte begins its incredible journey. Let's explore the coffee cherry harvest, the crucial first step in creating that unmistakable Starbucks flavor. These cherries grow on remote, high-altitude farms where conditions are ideal for producing top-quality coffee beans. But here's the challenge: only the ripest cherries will do. Skilled harvesters carefully scan each branch, looking for that deep red color signaling peak ripeness. It's a painstaking process, with each cherry picked by hand to ensure only the best make it into your cup. Timing is everything in this harvest. Pick too early, and the flavors won't have fully developed. Wait too long, and you risk losing the crop. It's a high-stakes game that requires years of experience and a deep understanding of the coffee plant's life cycle. As you walk through these coffee farms, you'd be struck by the vibrant colors of the coffee cherries. They start as small green buds, gradually transforming into a spectrum of yellows and reds. The deepest, most vivid red cherries are the prize. These will produce the rich, complex flavors Starbucks is known for. But Mother Nature doesn't always cooperate. Weather conditions play a huge role in determining the harvest season. Too much rain can delay ripening, while drought can stress the plants and affect flavor development. Farmers must constantly monitor these conditions, adapting their harvesting schedules to ensure they're picking at the optimal time. The harvest itself is a labor of love. Workers spend long hours in the fields, often navigating steep terrain and unpredictable weather. They carry baskets strapped to their waists, carefully selecting and picking each cherry individually. It's a slow process, but this attention to detail is what sets premium coffee apart from the rest. As the day progresses, these baskets fill up with a rainbow of red cherries, each one representing a potential future cup of coffee. The care taken at this early stage is crucial. It lays the foundation for everything that follows. This meticulous harvesting process is the foundation of Starbucks' unique flavor profile. By ensuring only the ripest, highest quality cherries are selected, Starbucks can guarantee a consistent base for their signature taste. It's this commitment to quality from the very beginning that helps create the coffee experience millions of customers have come to love and expect. Once these cherries are carefully chosen, they set the stage for a transformation that is nothing short of magical. Let's explore how Starbucks turns nature's fruity gems into the foundation of your favorite brew. After harvesting perfectly ripe cherries, we enter the crucial processing stage. This step dramatically changes the coffee's flavor profile before it even reaches the roaster. Starbucks primarily uses two methods: washed and natural processing. Each creates a distinct flavor experience from identical coffee cherries. In the washed process, imagine you're at a Starbucks farm in Colombia. Workers feed ripe cherries into a pulping machine, stripping away the fruit flesh. The exposed coffee seeds, still covered in sticky mucilage, then take a bath in fermentation tanks. Here, naturally occurring microbes break down the mucilage, unlocking hidden flavor compounds. After 12 to 72 hours, the beans are thoroughly washed clean. The result? Coffee with bright acidity, clean flavors, and a lighter body. Now, picture the natural process. Instead of immediate separation, whole coffee cherries are spread on raised beds or patios to dry in the sun. Over several weeks, the fruit slowly dries around the bean, infusing it with intense, fruity flavors and sweetness. Workers constantly rake and turn the cherries to ensure even drying. This method produces coffee with a heavier body, lower acidity, and wonderful notes of berries or tropical fruits. Both processes are like slow-cooked recipes, where every ingredient finds its purpose over time. Temperature, humidity, and duration all play crucial roles in developing complex flavor compounds. Starbucks coffee experts carefully monitor these factors to achieve the perfect balance. How does Starbucks decide which method to use? It's all about creating the ideal flavor profile for each specific coffee origin and blend. Their expert tasters and roasters consider factors like bean variety, growing conditions, and desired taste experience. They might choose the washed process for their bright, citrusy Kenya coffee to let those zesty notes shine. For Ethiopian beans, they might opt for natural processing to enhance their inherent berry-like flavors. As coffee cherries transform into beans through these carefully orchestrated processes, they're already developing the flavor notes that will eventually dance across your taste buds. The choices made at this stage influence every sip you take, from the first aroma when you open a bag of Starbucks coffee to the lingering aftertaste of your latte. It's this attention to detail that helps create the consistent, high-quality taste you expect from every Starbucks cup. Whether it's a washed coffee with its crisp acidity or a naturally processed bean bursting with fruity notes, each sip is the result of a carefully crafted journey from cherry to cup. Drying coffee beans is a delicate balancing act that requires expertise. It's not just about removing moisture, it's about developing the complex flavors that will eventually dance across your taste buds. The goal? To reduce the moisture content from about 60% down to a precise 11 to 12%. Even a 1% difference can dramatically alter the final taste of your latte. Starbucks uses two main methods: sun drying and mechanical drying. Sun drying is the traditional approach, where beans are spread out on large patios or raised beds for up to 2 weeks. The beans are regularly raked and turned to ensure even drying and prevent mold growth. Mechanical drying, on the other hand, uses carefully controlled heat and airflow to dry the beans more quickly, offering more control over the process, especially in regions where weather conditions are unpredictable. Throughout the drying process, moisture content is carefully monitored. Starbucks uses state-of-the-art moisture meters to check the beans regularly. It's not unusual to see coffee experts grabbing handfuls of beans, feeling their weight, and even biting into them to assess their moisture levels. It's a blend of high-tech precision and old-school craftsmanship. As the beans dry, they undergo fascinating physical changes. Their color shifts from a pale greenish-white to a more familiar light brown. The beans also shrink slightly and develop a papery outer layer called the silver skin. But the most important changes are happening inside, where complex chemical reactions are transforming sugars and acids into the precursors of those rich flavors we associate with Starbucks coffee. Think of the drying process as a sculptor carefully chiseling away at raw material. Each step is critical to reveal the perfect form. One misstep and the flavor is lost forever. The risks of getting this process wrong are significant. Under-dried beans are susceptible to mold and bacterial growth, which can ruin entire batches. Over-dried beans, on the other hand, become brittle and can crack during roasting, leading to uneven flavor development. It's a tightrope walk that requires constant vigilance. But when done right, this process is crucial for developing Starbucks coffee's complex flavors. It's during this stage that many of the subtle notes you'll taste in your cup begin to form. The slow, controlled loss of moisture allows for the concentration of flavors and the development of each bean's unique character. So the next time you sip your Starbucks latte, remember the artistry behind those perfectly dried beans. It's not just coffee. It's a carefully crafted flavor experience, shaped by time, expertise, and a touch of coffee magic. How does the company ensure that only the cream of the crop makes it into your cup? It's a daunting task, but one that Starbucks has mastered through a combination of cutting-edge technology and unparalleled human expertise. Starbucks uses a multi-step process to sort and grade their coffee beans. It starts with screens that separate beans by size, ensuring uniform roasting. But that's just the beginning. High-tech color sorters use cameras and air jets to remove beans that don't meet exacting color standards, while density sorters use calibrated air currents to separate beans based on weight. These machines process thousands of beans per minute, making split-second decisions about which ones make the cut. But even with all this technology, the human touch is still crucial. Starbucks master tasters, known as Q-graders, use their finely tuned senses to assess the beans. They perform cupping sessions, where they smell and taste samples from each batch of coffee. These experts can detect subtle nuances in flavor and aroma that even the most advanced machines can't pick up on. These experts examine the beans for a variety of factors. They look at color, which can indicate how well the bean was processed and dried. They check for defects like insect damage, over-fermentation, or mold. They even consider the bean's density, which can affect how it roasts and ultimately how it tastes in your cup. As the beans make their way through this gauntlet of tests, they're assigned grades based on their quality. The highest grade, specialty grade, is reserved for beans that meet the strictest criteria. These are the beans that have the potential to become your favorite Starbucks blend. Starbucks doesn't stop at just accepting or rejecting beans. They use the information gathered during the sorting and grading process to create detailed flavor profiles for each batch of coffee. This helps them decide how to roast the beans to bring out their best qualities and which blends they'll be perfect for. It's a process that requires incredible attention to detail and a deep understanding of coffee. Think about it. A single defective bean in a batch could potentially ruin someone's coffee experience. That's why Starbucks is so meticulous in their sorting and grading process. In fact, Starbucks rejects more beans than they accept. It might seem wasteful, but it's this uncompromising commitment to quality that ensures every cup of Starbucks coffee meets their high standards. At the heart of Starbucks' coffee-making process are massive stainless steel drums, the roasters. As they spin, green beans tumble inside, filling the air with the irresistible aroma of roasting coffee. But roasting isn't just about applying heat. It's a precise dance of time and temperature that shapes the true character of your coffee. The roasting process unfolds in three main stages. Stage 1, drying, where moisture bids farewell. The beans turn from green to yellow as moisture evaporates, releasing a grassy aroma. Don't worry though, your coffee won't taste like lawn clippings. Stage 2, browning. The flavor symphony begins as temperatures rise. The beans turn light brown. The Maillard reaction kicks in, creating hundreds of new flavor compounds. It's the same process that gives seared steaks their delicious taste. Stage 3, development, the grand finale. The beans darken rapidly, swelling as gases form inside. Then, like an orchestra hitting its opening note, you hear it, the first crack. This pivotal moment signals the beans have reached about 385 degrees Celsius, entering light roast territory. But Starbucks pushes further, carefully monitoring the beans as they continue to darken. A second, more subtle crack indicates the beans have hit about 435 degrees Celsius, developing the deep, complex flavors of medium and dark roasts. Throughout this process, incredible chemical changes occur inside each bean. Sugars caramelize, acids break down, and aromatic oils are released, creating a miniature flavor factory. Overseeing it all is the roast master, a highly skilled professional with a refined palate who can detect the slightest variations in flavor. They constantly check the color, aroma, and sound of the beans, making split-second decisions to ensure each batch is roasted to perfection. Different beans need different roasts to shine. A bright, citrusy Kenyan coffee might need a lighter touch, while a deep, chocolatey Brazilian bean might benefit from a darker roast. It's all about finding that sweet spot where the natural characteristics of the bean come through. Consistency is key for Starbucks, serving millions of cups daily worldwide. Cutting-edge technology and years of expertise ensure that your favorite drink tastes the same whether you're in Seattle or Shanghai. As the roasting process ends, the beans cool quickly to lock in those perfect flavors. When you open your bag of Starbucks coffee at home, you'll be greeted by the rich aroma and glossy sheen of perfectly roasted beans. a testament to the care and expertise that goes into every batch. Next time you sip, remember the intricate dance of science and artistry behind it. Each taste now carries the story of a meticulous, global ballet of precision and passion. Savor that latte and appreciate the world of effort in every drop. Your Starbucks experience will never be the same. And if you're curious about what goes into crafting those iconic green aprons, stay tuned for our next behind-the-scenes adventure.